What's good, family? What's good, family? It's your boy Jamon up in the building. We Talk Hawks TV. We Talk Hawks daily. Here to talk about some Hawks real quick. Y'all know me, man. I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. You feel me? Yeah, you right there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Xavier Starks in the building. Solo, the homie Frank 5599 up in the building. Salute my boy Sports and Society up in the building. Mr. Foot up in the building. Smith, Black Mike up in the building. Phony up in the building. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Is Trey Young overrated? Let me give you my 2 cents. Then y'all know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. My boy Big Ant up in the building. What's good, Ant? What's good? Had to come do a show real quick, man. You know, I hate to do it right now. I want to do it in the evening, but you know, hey, you know, I gotta hit the gym, and you know, I'm trying to relax a little bit this evening. You feel me? Because we got a game tomorrow. So I say, you know what? Hell, while you're tripping, I'm still at work, but it's all Gucci. But yeah, let's talk, man. Let's talk. I'm gonna give you my 2 cents, and then y'all know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Y'all know what the time it is, man. And if you got opinions on Trey Young or you got opinions on Game 3 in Atlanta, come on up here and say your piece, man. You know, once again, let me say it again. This is not a podcast, okay? We are not a podcast. We Talk Hawks TV. We are an interactive fan channel, which means this channel is nothing without the fans, okay? Let me add this one more time. I am not some type of basketball analyst like these dudes on TV and all that mumbo jumbo. I'm just a fan of the Atlanta Hawks and basketball. That's it. And I speak from a fan standpoint. I ain't no coach. I ain't played basketball at no high level. None of that. Okay. I play outside. Okay. That's what I do. And I'm just a fan of the Hawks my whole damn life. Don't ask me why. This was probably one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life. But we here. Let's talk about it, man. So let's talk about when Trey Young wasn't this past All-Star, right? This past All-Star, they said the fans love Trey. The coaches, so. But what caught my attention and the attention of others, it's how the players, his peers, voted him the 12th best guard in the Eastern Conference. Like, they even put him behind dudes who had at the time had only played. I think LaMelo Ball had played like 5 games. And they put LaMelo Ball in front of him. And I said, and I remember everybody was like, that's bullshit. Woo, 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 woo. I said, bro, if I'm the general manager, for me, that's a cause of concern. When your peers vote you like that, to me, that's a cause of concern. Not because they probably hating. I ain't even gonna say they hating. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say they giving their opinion. Okay, they're giving their opinion. But I'm gonna say, to me as a fan, it was a cause of concern. Because like I try to tell people, that could affect trying to go get free agents. Maybe that's why since we've had Trey Young, we have not seen a free agent mention coming to Atlanta. Why we not in these discussions when it comes to a Kevin Durant, when it comes to a Kyrie Irving? Not saying we need those players, but I'm just using those big-time stars who was free agents as an example. Everybody told me I was hating. Don't believe that stuff, Demond. Woo, 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 woo. I said, okay, that's cool, man. I said, to me, that is still a cause of concern. Now you fast forward. Then the Athletic dropped a piece saying Trey Young overrated. Let me tell you something, man. Okay. One thing about me, I hold all our players accountable. Okay. I hold all our players accountable. But what I don't understand is the media's what's the word I'm looking for? No, that's not admiration. Infatuation with Trey Young. Okay, Trey Young, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. I ain't finna sugarcoat nothing. He playing the exact same way that he played in Oklahoma. He playing the exact same way that he played in high school. He playing the exact same way that I said he was going to play. He's a volume shooter. He's a volume shooter. He's been that his whole career. There's nothing new about it. So I don't understand like why the media comes out, and I call them hit pieces, because those articles, they're not fair, because they don't do nobody else like that. Like, how can he be overrated? They're like and I'm just keeping it real. And y'all know I be on Trey Young ass, okay? But I be on his ass, pause. I be on his ass because I want us to win, and I know we can't win without him, without Trey Young being Trey Young. Mainly because he's a ball dominant point guard, and with the ball in his hands the majority of the time, we need him to be successful in order for us to compete and win games. So I'm not even going out here. I'm not going to sit here and act like that Trey is not a factor in our success. Whether you think that's good or bad, that's up to you. Okay, that's up to you if you think it's good or bad. But do I think Trey Young is overrated? I don't think he overrated, to be honest. He was picked 5th in the draft. Don't forget that. He was picked 5th in the draft. You know who was overrated? Marvin Bagley was overrated. Okay? You want to talk about somebody who's a number 2 overall, already on his second team. Okay? DeAndre Ayton, you can almost say he overrated. Number 1 overall, and the Suns act like they didn't even want him. If it wasn't for Indiana making an offer sheet, they didn't even want to keep him. So, overrated. You could probably throw I could come with all type of metrics. I could throw Zion in there. He overrated. Why you say that, Damon? Bro, I think he's missed more games than he's played. So I mean, let's keep it real. Like, those players, they and here's another thing about the players. I don't like anonymous polls, man. I don't like anonymous polls. This is 2023, man. If you got something, if you feel some type of way about somebody when they ask you, put your name behind that. Stand on that. Don't be throwing rocks and hiding your hands. Oh. It's y'all not gonna put my name out there. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you. No, if that's how you feel, say it for real. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that. I guarantee you. Let me tell you something. You know what would be crazy? You know what would be crazy? Is if out of those 54 dudes, 1 or 2 of them play for the Hawks. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if somebody out of that 54 was a member of the Atlanta Hawks? Put your name on it. And that's another thing. Don't talk smack and don't put your name on it. Because guess what? I guarantee you, one of those 54 dudes, they might be out of a job and they might want to come to Atlanta. Or we might be looking at said player, not knowing the whole time they think the player they come to play with overrated. Let's keep it real. You see what I'm saying? Me personally, man, let me tell you something, man. I love Trey Young, right? I'm on him all the time. But I accept Trey Young for who he is. I accept him for who he is. He has had his moments. Trust me. But ever since the run to the Eastern Conference Final, he has not been a superstar. I think right now, starting last year's playoffs against Miami, all through this year, this current playoffs, at this point, I think Trey Young is a very good basketball player. I don't think he is a superstar. I don't put him up there with the likes of a Tatum, a Giannis. I don't put him up there with those likes, okay? Because, superstars find ways to win games. They affect games. You know what I'm saying? They can score, and they can score the ball efficiently. They may have a onesies or twosies when they have a bad night, when they a 9 for 25. But a majority of the time, they're pretty much efficient. But I don't consider Trey Young overrated because You know, if you want to talk like overrated, DeAndre Hunter. If you want to say who's overrated on the Atlanta Hawks, because we traded up to go get Hunter, number 4, and he has not given us the production that you expect from a number 4 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about overrated, okay. But I don't think Trey Young overrated. I think here's another thing I'm gonna add. I think some of our fans overrate him. I think some of our fans hold him to a standard that he has not been consistent at. You take away that Eastern Conference Final run, what does he really have on the table? You feel me? Hold on 1 second, family. Hey, my son, give me a kiss. My son just got home from school, guys. Say what's up to the gang.
What's up?
You got to come on camera.
Hi, gang.
That's my son. That's my baller right there. Future point guard for the Hawks right there. Feel me?
Unless I get drafted to something else.
That's right. You're going to get drafted. That's right.
You got pants? You got underwear on?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why you looking? Go on. My son, he hilarious.
Right, can you open this?
Yeah, open it. Get here. But yeah, so back to my point, guys. So there you go, my son. So they want to talk about overrated, and then I'm gonna say something else, man. Let me add this. Let me go ahead and drop the link just in case. Let me drop the link just in case somebody. Oop, my bad. I got to keep it like this, guys, because I can't show my computer monitors. Let me drop the link. Anybody need to tap in? Boom, boom, and there we go. They go to the link. Come tap in, man. Y'all let me know what's your opinion. So let me finish what I was saying. So, hold up, check my computer screen. Ooh, what's this? My bad, guys. I had to change something. All right, there we go. So back to what I was saying. So so when it comes to Trey Young, man, listen. I think some of our fans overrate him. I think they think he's at a level to where a Giannis is at, a LeBron James, a Dwayne Wade, a Kyrie Irving, Jokic, Embiid. He's not at that level. Not to me. Okay. But I think some of our fans overrate him. And I'm gonna tell you what the problem with that is. The problem with that is some of our fans who hold him at a high standard as a true superstar, they can't handle the heat when the superstar doesn't perform the superstar standards. So when fans tell me Trey's a superstar, and then I start reeling off numbers, and then I start getting on his ass when he having these terrible games, then they get all defensive. And I'm like, well, if you think he a superstar, this is what superstars supposed to be doing. This is what superstars do. Superstars do what he did in 2021 playoffs. That's what superstars do. So when he don't do that, and then I come up here and I say something about it, and then you see fans getting upset saying I'm a hater. I'm like, well, don't label him a superstar. If you don't label him a superstar, then we don't have to hold him to superstar standards. Does that make sense? If you say you know what, Trey is a good player, Trey's a star, then I hold him to a different standard, because then my expectations isn't so much. You know what I'm saying? I think he a little bit. I think Solo. I don't know if I'll go with the Kemba Walker comparison. I would go with more like damn. Let me think. Damn. I mean, Kemba had a run in Charlotte, man. Kemba had a run in Charlotte, so I ain't gonna. I can't knock him, but Kemba was a small guard too, right? He was a small guard. What would I put Trey at? I put Trey like on that. I put Trey on like maybe the third tier of star players type deal. So you got your superstars, then you got the borderline stars who about to be superstars, and I put Trey like right a level below that. You know, the lack of consistency, uh, you know, um, yeah, but I don't think he's a superstar. But I love Trey Young though. That's why I got all his stuff. I got his shirts. I got 2 of his jerseys. I got his shoes. My son got his jersey. So that's what that would make me laugh when people tell me I don't like Trey Young. I be like, you know how much Trey Young gear I got? I even got his damn rookie card. Sent me back a couple $100. You feel me? So but I don't think he's overrated. Not to me, because I don't hold him into that super. I don't hold him in a superstar light. You know. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Let me bring on my homeboy Foot up in the building, man. What's good, Coach? Talk to me, man. What you think about Trey Young, man? Is he overrated or talk to me?
Hell no. I mean, anybody say anything about being overrated on lost their damn mind. All the kid done since he been here, he came in with paying immediate dividends. It wasn't no hey, they got to develop like a lot of these folks on in this group and on Twitter. Oh no, they need to develop. He didn't have to do shit. He came here playing. So it's just besides me that people continue to go with these hot takes all the time, whatever the flavors of the day is, and don't understand the damn game. Right now the narrative, we can't win with Trey. Trey need to play our ball. The motherfucker ain't played our ball his whole career and made it to a top 5, top 6 pick. Right? He made it to ECF not playing off the damn ball. So I don't understand why fans expect the dude to change who he is. And like you mentioned, he is who he is. Right? That we expect him to be like that. That's why people need to stop trying to change him. That's why I always said earlier,
Foot broke up. All right, Foot broke up, man. I bring it back on when he get back. You know, when you're in that car, Foot, you got to pull over, man. Or you gonna be freezing and breaking up, man. But back to what I was saying, man. Trey Young. Let me say something because Foot said something very interesting. He said, why do fans expect him to play off ball? And my thing is this. I thought when they went to go get DeJounte Murray, they knew that DeJounte was a point guard also. So I was assuming that the front office talked to Trey and the Nate McMillan, and they agreed that he would play off ball so we could have Murray at the point. That's what I'm assuming that. Well, I know it had to go something like that because Nate McMillan was on national TV talking about he going to Oklahoma to go talk to Trey, and they're gonna come up this little off-ball scheme mess. But I'll tell you one thing, man. I'll tell you one thing. Hey, they're gonna have to do something, man. Okay, Foot back. What's good, baby?
yeah, I pull over. Yeah, man, it's just social media has ruined sports in general, right?
Yeah.
Because you look at the opinion of everybody, right? It's just it's based off what somebody if 20 people say the same thing, then they're gonna take it as truth, right? And
Right.
I just don't understand it. Trey, we can't win with Trey. I mean, again, he has his edge. Well, it's not efficient. It's always a damn excuse. They want to say, and I had to go back and look back at a lot of posts over different people that say a lot of stuff. Their story changed. When they prayed, oh, trade this, trade that, he's gonna be the future. Then they shitting on him. The dude been in the league 5 years, right? He
Mm-hmm.
come in the league balling, right? There's no really drop off other than his shooting this year. And I still think it had something to do with that damn shoulder when he started. But that's just my opinion. But there's no drop off. I don't give a damn. He ain't never been super efficient. He wasn't efficient when he was at Oklahoma. He's a scorer and a threat from everywhere on the floor. But if you don't put nobody with his ass, ain't nothing gonna happen. So at least he gave me his 2017. Everybody 27. That's been done consistently. He didn't give me 14 and 27, 8 and 27, 17 and 27. You get 27. What other motherfucker on the team been that's consistent? Not now one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just period.
Hey,
So
Foot, give
folks
me a
need to
second.
all
Hey,
these
Foot, give me
hot
a second.
takes.
I'm gonna answer this phone call real quick. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
All right. Mm-hmm.
My bad, guys. That was the wife. I had to talk to the wife. She needs.
No, you had to handle it. You had to handle it.
She
Yeah.
needs some
So
stuff real quick. Keep
yeah,
talking
so,
for them. Listen, I'm gonna go get my wallet. I gotta send her something real quick. Keep talking.
yeah. So back to what I was saying to everybody. It's like this, man. If you want to place some blame on somebody, place on the damn front office assembling this bullshit. They got the head swole because we went to the Eastern Conference Final. We lucked into that shit. So again, then you ran it back. You ran it back and they get the same results. And then said, "Oh man, we messed up by running it back." Hey, some things fell our way, and we actually competed right with the squad we had. So at the end of the day, that's where my blame is going. You did not continue to improve this team. Ain't no way in hell they thought they was going to get that deep. You know, with a couple of injuries, a couple of unfortunate issues with certain teams and stuff. Hey, we played when we supposed to have played. We played well to get into it. Right now, you can blame Nate. Everybody been blaming Nate. Nate this, Nate that. As you see, Nate won the problem. Right? So y'all got to stop blaming damn Nate. And I've been consistent with what I've been saying on here, on the Facebook New Pack City group. Consistent. Nate ain't the damn problem. But folks are right. You know, I'm a Tracy, I'm a Nate this, I'm Nate that. No, I know. I'm talking basketball. You got to remove your damn emotions and feeling out of it. That's half the issue with these fans. You got too much your damn emotions and feeling instead of looking at straight basketball, right?
Facts.
And Black Mike understand what I'm talking. We talk kind of the same kind of language, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your quality is what it is. Remove your emotions. If you know X's and O's about the game, you know how the game.
Oh, Foot broke up. Don't worry, Foot. I got it. I know what you're talking about, though, Foot. Hold up, guys. I got to send this picture to my wife real quick. You know, when the wife called, your boy got to get it.
You know, we need to get Clint. Don't need to be on the floor. So Clint, one of the damn problems throughout the whole season when we actually play like a damn team, he balled out. So the problem is the fucking team. These dudes are lazy as shit. They're not playing. They're not. There's no fucking effort consistently. When there is effort, we win against good teams. So what you see is a lackluster ass effort from these guys. So somebody's gonna have another narrative. You know, like I said, today starting, people gonna run with it. Again, somebody start saying something, 5 to 6 people. Oh, we need to start this person. We need to go start. No, the fuck we don't. We need to play ball like we're capable of. That's what we need to do, and that's what we're not doing. And that's on the damn players. They're too immature to understand, right? What the hell they need to do. I don't know what the hell going on in their feelings. When you give a half-ass effort, you should expect this result. This team ain't going nowhere. So stop expecting changes in the lineup, changes in this, gonna change this team. As constructed, as I always say, this ain't it. Period. But I'm done my rant, but this shit just getting tiring for non-basketball ass folks. And I'm just gonna keep it 100. That's what, and I said it. They don't understand the fucking game. You know, everybody entitled their opinion, but having an intelligent discussion. Ain't nobody gotta be no Trace in that. Trey ain't the damn problem. And no, I would not trade his ass. We'd be dumb as fuck if we did. Let the next person go on.
Hey, Foot. Hey, it's like you've been waiting to unload that off, Foot. Okay, now. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, hey, bro. Hey, this shit gets. Sometimes you just get tired of hearing this dumb shit. I'm just keeping 100. I'm not a fucking expert, but I've been around the game and involved in the game long enough to talk intelligently. Folks just talking, man.
Well, hey, man, listen. So I'm assuming we both agree. We don't think Trey Young is overrated. I think if I'm the general manager, though,
they're the one who's overrated. They the one who overrated.
They're not even.
I know the fans are frustrated. The fans are frustrated, and I get it.
The front office to me not even good to be considered overrated. They ain't even good to be considered.
You know what? You're right. And then let me give you credit. You've been clowning this front office for a while now.
Yeah, they terrible, man.
People still make excuses. Well, he got to get his play. Man, fuck that. They trash.
We've made everything. Bad move after bad. Like I said, man, these dudes, you know what their problem is with the front office, man? The front office problem is they make a bad move, and instead of just eating that move, they try to make another move to
make another one on top of this shit.
And it backfires. You know what I'm saying?
Doing like the Falcon did a few years ago. with all them dead caps, all that dead cap shit space.
Okay, we got Ticket up in the building. What's good, Ticket? Negative 90. Ticket, the question is Trey Young overrated? How say you?
Yes.
Ooh,
And it pains me to say it, bro.
okay, talk to me
Pains
then.
me to
Talk
say
to me.
it.
Talk to me.
I feel like Trey Young is a marketing stunt for the NBA.
What? A sideshow? Ain't
He's
that
a
what you
side.
call it?
He is a sideshow. Generates a boatload of revenue, but looking into his production, he's a great passer. Great
Mhm.
passer. One of the top three in the league. Him, Jokic, LeBron. Ain't nobody better than them three. The problem is Trey's
Mute your mic. You got a lot of that win. We can hear the win.
Okay, all right.
Trey's I want to say this. Trey's decision making though is very lackluster. He knows he's box office, and that's the bad thing. He tries to make the box office play too much, regardless of what the personality of the game demands.
Okay.
That leads to a lot of turnovers, and a lot of times he tries to shoot his way in to live up to that box office reputation that he got, and that shoots us out of a lot of games, I believe, that are
Okay.
winnable. Defense, we already know he's a liability. With Nate McMillan gone, we saw it a little bit under Nate, but Nate protected Trey, and I think a lot of people starting to see that now. Well, people that's really like looking at the nuances of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Nate really protected Trey. That's why he used the pick and roll 90 times a game. As you know, we saw the first two games. This man, Sam Hauser, switched out on him, and he can't pass him. He can't pass Sam Hauser.
We saw. We saw it.
He can't pass Marcus Smart. He can't pass Derek White. Hell, he probably can't pass go for $200. This shit
What? You say that's a good one, Tick. That was a good one. You just
I
that
appreciate
off the
it.
top of your head. That was pretty good. He
That,
can't pass go for
that
200.
man can't pass go, bro. No, I
That
was just
was
playing
funny.
Monopoly with the twin last night, and that kind of made me think of it.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious, man.
But yeah, man, he, in that ISO game.
But let me ask you this, Ticket. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you consider? See, my opinion was I don't think Trey is overrated, but the reason why is because I don't think he's a superstar. So I don't hold him. I never held him to superstar standards. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I did say this. Let me say this so that way you got my whole train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but I believe a lot of fans overrate him. Excuse me. I believe a lot of fans hold him and see him as a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
But then when fans like me do hold him to a superstar standard only because others said he's a superstar,
Mm-hmm.
they get upset. Because I said I don't put him up there with the Giannis's, the Embiid's, the Jokic. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I do consider Trey Young a star. I consider him, he right there between a star and very, very good player because he can get hot and go on a run.
Mm-hmm.
But give me a player, past or present, that you say level that Trey is at as far as good player, star player.
I put him in the same realm as I probably put him on the level of Westbrook in Washington. Because that's when I think he averaged a triple double in Washington. But he was a turnover machine. But he was the main gate attraction. But he didn't win as much as people probably expected him to win.
Okay. Would
I
you?
I probably
I
say
see.
that.
Xavier. Oh, never mind. He changed his mind. He at first he said he put Trey at the same level as SGA. I mean, Now we're not
I
talking.
think
I'm not talking about like straight off just ability. I'm just talking about everything, like
like accomplishments and everything, right?
everything. Yeah, because SGA ain't really been. He ain't done. He ain't been nowhere.
Yeah,
This is his first year in the playoffs. Wait, did they make the playoffs? They did a play in, right?
they made the play in.
So they didn't make the playoffs. So he's
Right.
never been to the playoffs.
And I wanted to backtrack on one thing. The
Okay.
reason why a lot of people get mad at other people, all of us have a different definition of what a superstar is. Like,
Okay. Look, give me
so,
chat. Give me your everybody in the chat. Give me your definition of what's a superstar.
like a lot
And
of people feel like a superstar is somebody that's like a gate attraction, or like somebody that's box office, or they could just be the best person on the team, and they'll say that that's that team's superstar.
yeah, but they are your superstars are box office due to their talent and their ability.
No, a superstar is always well, superstar is always box office, but a box office guy isn't always a superstar.
Well, see, it's like
Like
this to me.
Trey Young is box office, but he ain't a superstar.
But I think go ahead, Foot. Go ahead.
I think what it is, everybody got their own definition. There's
Yeah.
no definition that's right? So it's something that's very opinionated. So
Facts.
you can, it's almost like it's so opinionated that you really can't debate it. It's whatever someone's perception is. There's nothing that defines a superstar other than what your opinion is, right? What's
That's
the
true.
measurement? There's no standard measurement for a superstar.
That's probably why.
So, and I think
go ahead. My bad.
we just need to stop even talking about debating who's a superstar, who's not.
Yeah, because everybody's standard is different, so
Right.
it ain't even no common ground to really argue or whatnot. Now you could probably argue what the standard probably should be, but that's a whole nother discussion.
I mean, to me, I give you my opinion of a superstar. My opinion of a superstar is someone who can impact the game anytime they feel like it. So whether you need a bucket because the game is close, whether you need somebody to stop to get you a bucket to stop another team that's on a run,
Mm-hmm.
A player who can just impact the game on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's what a superstar is. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna add rings and all that because it's you could be a superstar and not. Dominique was a superstar and never made to the finals. So I mean,
I see what you're saying. I think that for me, y'all know I got my chart. I feel like a superstar is a person that's able to affect the game on an elite level in 3 ways or more. Whether it be offense, defense, or certain areas within the two. DeMar fell off. Foot, what was your answer about the overrated? You said yes or no. You said no. You on mute.
No, I said no because if you look at it, I think a lot of people being prisoners of the moment, right? What's going on right now, but yet forget a lot of people, same people I see saying something different. They weren't saying that a few years ago, right? So why all of a sudden it doesn't change for them? Right now, what I say, he's not playing well this year. And I mentioned, and I might make an excuse. I don't know, but he had that shoulder injury that coming in. He wants shoot, and the shooting actually got better way later than I thought. I'm not saying that's an issue. He's not having a good shooting year. The team itself is not having a good year because the team is playing like trash. And a lot of times we talk about who won what, who won up. At the end of the day, you can't win without a team. So Michael Jordan didn't win without a team. You have to have a team that be able to play complementary basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not doing that, right? Because the squad has been up and down. One guy might hit 17 one day, then he'll be 8, then it might be 3 points or whatever. There's a lot of inconsistencies on this team, right? And that's both on the defensive and the offensive side. That's the problem with this team. There's no consistency. And again, for me, majority is from an effort standpoint. This team is not playing with effort every night. So obviously we're gonna look bad. We're not shooting one night we shoot well, one we're not. So I can't put all on Trey. This team he's the face of it, so he's gonna get all the blame. But I look at it from a pure basketball standpoint. He ain't playing well as far as his efficiency. His numbers are still the same, but he's not highly efficient. And then people talking about the shots he takes. He's been taking these damn shots since he's been in the league, before the league, right? So so these are the same shots that he'll hit some, he'll miss some. Can he hit from the floor? Yeah. Sometimes they have an opportunity. Absolutely. Sometimes he shouldn't take those shots. But again, we knew this shit before he came to the league. If people who actually watched him, and he started taking it during the Hawks game. No, it wasn't a whole bunch of complaints when we were winning, but now it is now. So my whole point, Trey need to, like I told Demond earlier, Trey need to play damn ball. He's the scorer. Fuck all this off the ball shit. Fuck all this. Let me change your game. Play his game. So because he don't look comfortable at all.
Probably because he hasn't done it consistently yet. Because I mean, Curry, not saying they the same player, but Curry was
stop comparing to Curry. That's a different dude.
But when I'm not comparing, I'm not comparing abilities and talent. What I'm comparing is the ability. At the end of the day, if you're gonna be in the NBA for any amount of time, you're gonna have to change your game. Everybody changes their game. LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, all changed their game.
I understand, right?
And I use Curry as an example because he was a ball dominant guard when he came in. First, it was Monte Ellis. Then they shipped out Monte Ellis. Then he became the ball dominant guard. Then they started playing him off ball with Mark Jackson and them.
Right.
So,
let
me tell you something, and then I'll be quiet. He gonna have to play off ball because Murray, I believe that was the deal because it don't make sense. Why would they go get another point guard if one of them wasn't gonna play off ball? It had to be some type of communication between Trey and the front office, Trey and Murray. Like somebody had to say, hey, one of us gonna have to play off ball. Let me say it like this for it.
I get, and I agree with you. I guess what I'm trying to say is more than just about playing off the ball.
True. I can't.
If you look at Curry, look at that offense. How is that thing designed? Ball move, people move, nonstop, right? So as far as Trey's game, or any DeJounte, it doesn't matter. That's where these other pieces have to come in and be on the same page instead of standing the fuck around the perimeter. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody, because Trey and DeJounte still play too much damn ISO for me, right?
And we waiting for Quinn with this magnificent offense.
Fuck that shit, man. You already know.
So let me, if I can,
go ahead.
I had wanted to backtrack a little bit.
What's good, Pharaoh in the building? Go ahead, take it.
Good.
I don't mean to interrupt, but is Pharaoh outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't see the panel. Okay, I'm not used to it. Hey, go ahead.
Look.
I used to seeing Pharaoh by that wall, huh? Pharaoh be like this. This how Pharaoh be, man. This Pharaoh. He be by the wall like that.
The same damn panel wall. What's that? Go ahead.
Go ahead, take it.
You good. So check this out. I wanted to backtrack about my definition of the overrated. Because I said yeah, but I didn't say what definition was for me. How the media describes you Are you that? Are you that or more? If you're that or more, then cool, whatever. If you're seen as less than that production wise on the court, then that's why I say you overrated. Now overrated isn't necessarily like Trey Young's fault, because Trey Young ain't come out and say like he ain't say no shit like I'm like the best point guard in the NBA or nothing like that or whatnot. It's really the media fault, because they're the ones that gives like the national standard of, okay, this is how you need to see this player. You know, when they describe a player on like ESPN and say like he can he can pull up from the parking lot, he can make it from anywhere. You got to guard him as soon as he pass half court. He can use both hands. He can break down. You know, all that stuff. All that stuff shapes the society's expectation of said player. So with that, I feel like Trey Young is less than what the media has described him as in the past. Like, I really think like Skip Bayless might be the only person that wasn't really big on Trey Young from day one. His ass, the biggest Oklahoma fan on earth. I mean, he did the Eastern Conference Finals run. He made All NBA. He been an All-Star twice or 3 times?
Twice.
So twice. It ain't that I don't know a lot of All NBA players that are super max guys that are not perennial All NBA.
Let me ask y'all this, man. Let me ask y'all this. First, before I let me say the question because I'll forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think getting a max contract comes with do you think a player should be hitting certain milestones, whether it's statistics or accomplishments, before and once they receive a max contract? Does that max contract say, hey, we should be winning games because of you? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Really
especially a Superman.
I don't. So
it's kind of
go ahead, Tiff.
You can't really put that in. The answer is yes, but it's more gonna be on the eye test. Like, we can see a game and we can see if said player that's so-called the franchise guy, we can see if he's having a positive impact on that team or a negative impact on that team in terms of winning. Mm-hmm. And if that said franchise player is doing that positively every single night, then yeah, you can say that he done lived up to that max contract. Like in New Orleans, I don't see, did CP3 average 20 in New Orleans or no?
When he first got down there, it was like 18. I think he had 1 year of 20. I know.
That's what I'm saying. But you knew that he impacted the game on such a big level that, okay, he ain't averaging 20, but his impact on the game say that he the guy. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you ain't got to average 30. You can average 30 like Luka and be sitting at the house. Because you do other stuff that negate that 30.
Pharaoh. Yeah. Pharaoh, is Trey Young overrated in your opinion?
To a degree, yes. Oh, so are we talking about this article or the Hawks in general? Because this was like Trey got the most votes. This wasn't Hawks specific. Trey got 8 votes. Rudy got 3. Pascal got 3. Jaren Jackson Jr., he got 3. Jimmy got 2. Dame got 2. RJ Barrett got 2. Trey Young just got the most out of players. Ain't really focused on Hawks numbers. They were just going off. So the media has hyped Trey up to be.
You think it was
bigger than what he is at the moment?
You think it was some hate, some jealousy, or something thrown in there for them players?
Hell, bro. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
A little bit, cause I'm thinking, that was Paul George and probably what's my guy name? Chicago right now, just left Clippers.
Pat Bev,
them the 2 voted for Dame, but there's probably a little bit of hate in there.
I'm gonna go back to what Damon said. They ain't put their name on it. I'm gonna call bullshit. When you start looking at Siakam and some other guys up top, come on, man. See, nobody talking about that. Look at the guys who was high, right? Let's go through the top 5.
I think they focused on Trey because Trey doubled them 8 to 3.
I'm not even talking about from a Trey standpoint. I'm just talking about look who's ranked high as overrated. That's a lot. Siakam overrated. Anybody voting on it is dumb as hell. Come on, man. Let's be honest.
Well, you know what?
Let's be honest.
What they didn't put in the article is what was the criteria? Like did they just walk up to them dudes and be like, "Hey, man, who you think overrated the NBA?" Or
probably
because it's like what Foot was saying. Like it don't make sense. Like why would you say Siakam overrated from what? Like what you expect Siakam to do? Like you thought he was gonna lead a team to the finals or something? And that's what I was saying earlier about Trey Young. I said
not with that squad he got.
They said Trey Young overrated, like he was a number 1 overall pick or something. Like he was a number 5 pick. And I think for a number 5 pick, you getting awesome freaking production. Because look at Hunter, he the number 4 pick, and we still upset with him. Well, not upset. We still disappointed.
So, I don't mean to cut you off. Come on, but why isn't Zion in there? I mean,
I don't know.
He's been around to be overrated.
Come on, why is Zion in that conversation? That's why
I don't know, man.
I don't go with. That's why I tell folks
he ain't played enough games to qualify.
So the media put all this out there, right? So-called, right? But how can you not put Zion? That's why I'm believing they didn't put no names on it. But I truly believe there's a narrative being created, and you know what? Folks don't want Trey here. They want him for them damn self. Trust me.
And you know what? What else I find funny is the timing. These articles getting released.
Yes.
Get released
That's true. Yeah.
Right before we got to play, they want to drop an article about Trey Young
every time.
Like that. I'm like, what? This is not just coincidence, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
They keep his name in his mouth. So
it's not coincidence, but in my opinion, I don't think it's coincidence.
Hell no. It's not.
Cause don't get, man, listen, like I know people see me, man, they know on the show in the Hawks groups, they know I be on Trey Young. I've been on Trey Young ass Paul since we drafted him because I didn't even want to draft him. Everybody know that. That ain't nothing new. That's why
I didn't know much about him, to be honest with you.
Anybody who been in New Pat City already know I didn't even want to draft Trey Young. I wanted to keep Luka Doncic. Well, no, my first one I wanted Marvin Bagley. And
I did too. I'm glad we didn't get his ass.
I'm glad they didn't get that.
I wanted Bagley for actually my first pick. If you go back in New Pack City, my first one was I wanted Michael Porter Jr. but then he jacked up his back.
Yeah.
Then I wanted Bagley. Then I changed and said I started watching Euro League, and I said we need to get Luka Doncic. So
I ain't gonna leave you out there by yourself tomorrow. I wanted Bagley too.
Yeah, when we drafted Luka Doncic, like it's not up no more, but it was a video in New Pack City where when we traded Luka Doncic, I did like a 20-minute rant. I went live in New Pack City. I was so mad, bro. I was like, what are we doing? And I remember because Carlo, if you go in New Pack City, Carlos Thomas, he the one that actually put me on to Trey Young. He's like, he's box office. I was like, he can't even lead his team. They barely 500 in Oklahoma. So I'm not gonna sit here in front. That's why I'll be telling people. I don't want people to think that I've been a diehard Trey Young fan. No, and I dogged Trey Young when he started off slow his rookie year. I was lighting his ass up. That's how I came up with the name Ashtray. But then when he started cooking his rookie year, that second half of the season, you know, if you go look in our old videos on this channel, I made a whole apology saying my bad, Trey. Woo, 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 woo. But I do think that, you know, I think he gets bad rap, but and y'all, somebody talk to me about this. I don't think he helps himself with the complaining to the refs, with the
how he did Nate. I'ma say it.
Nate,
I totally agree.
The way him and LP fell out. Now, I'm not saying that LP and Nate was the best coaches. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, and I know Foot and Ticket, y'all coaches. Coach, and correct me if I'm wrong. Coaches talk, bro.
But
Yeah.
it's more than talk. It's fraternity.
Yeah.
Now,
So
regardless of how Atlanta feel,
Yeah,
everybody
so
love Nate. They
stuff.
say it all the time. They still say it on broadcast. What's his name? Van Gundy. He was talking about how everybody love Nate.
yeah. So I mean, I don't think Trey helps.
Hey, but our
himself.
fans don't love Nate, but all the
That's what I'm saying.
coaches in the
Only
league
Atlanta was
praise him.
pissed off with him
Yeah, I don't think Trey helps.
or his
himself.
former team.
No, he didn't help
You
him. He that's a little bit too selfish for me. A lot of the stuff, and like we mentioned before, you know, what's he doing around this? He doesn't have a connection with the city, right? You know, you don't see him out that much, right? And that if you got a brand, you got to promote that brand.
Damn. Foot, I think you hit that shit dead on the head, bro.
Mm.
I think you hit that shit dead on the head. When he came into Atlanta, it was almost like the attitude was, y'all need me.
Really? Y'all got that? Talk to me. I ain't get that. Y'all talk to me about that, cause y'all know I don't live in Atlanta.
What?
So y'all talk to me about that.
That's kind of like what I felt. I mean, I could obviously be wrong, but that's kind of like what I felt. Normally, when you get drafted or you get traded to like a new team, like you damn near outside immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trey Young is not. I feel like Trey Young's connected to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Right. I feel the same way.
He's connected to them, but I don't feel like he's connected to us. Like I feel like Murray is more connected to us than Trey ever been.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree, and that's what, like Damon said, he's not doing himself any justice, right? And then, you know, dude, get out in front of stuff, right? Don't look like a damn diva, right?
Yeah, true.
Don't look at it.
You in line right there, boy.
I didn't like the way he responded to Mike Bell on Twitter, man. I thought he should have.
Mike Bell went too far for me.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, if I'm at a level of a Trey Young, like I'm not responding. I'm gonna have one of my. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have some cronies on my team who's gonna do it for me. But I think it looked bad when it comes from his official Twitter page.
But Damon, when you got to think, when Mike Bell, Dukes and Bell, they ain't no like D-level radio host.
Yeah.
Like what? Like
he ain't D-led. He ain't D-led.
Yeah, like when they talk, a lot of people listen. So
really, I thought Atlanta ain't mess with 92.9 The Game.
No,
man. When they say that they don't mess with him, Damon, it's almost like in wrestling when somebody's a heel. Like you still watch them, but you can't stand them.
Okay.
You see, like Skip Bayless.
Yeah, that's where I watch him every day, but I can't stand Skip.
Dukes and Bell. Word.
They shit hold away, bro. Now you don't agree.
Enough people listen. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Hey, bro, they got the afternoon time slot going to the damn evening, bro.
From 2 to 7.
Yeah, I mean that's prime time.
Yeah,
I knew that part because I used to listen to him on my way home.
And then they doing too, but I gotta say they did too much. Even your boy Whitbell, I was surprised he's doing too much. I think he playing corporate politics.
I'm surprised the radio even allowed Mike Bell to say that stuff because that is the Atlanta Hawks radio station. Like
he sat there and argued with what's his name? What's the guy who come on there? The one who had marketing. The one John called Puffy.
Steve Koonin?
Yeah. Koonin said you wrong on this. I'm telling you. As soon as he got off, he was like, I don't care. He's hiding. He need to come say something. Yeah. So they really didn't care.
Hey, that been some damn corporate news.
Now the thing about them heels, them folks that y'all can't stand, they don't hide their hand. You always got a chance to like respond to them, and you know they mostly take it on the chin. So you got to respect them for that. But I'd have did the same thing if I were Trey. It wasn't.
Yeah, he was out of pocket, bro.
He was.
But no, don't get me wrong. I didn't like what Mike Bell said anyway. Like if I own the radio station, I'm home of the Atlanta Hawks. I'd have called Mike Bell in my office. But
I
Oh,
think
he
it
was
was
in the
more
office, bro.
so
Trust
after
me.
he was told he was wrong, he kept
He was in
pushing
the
it.
office. Trust me.
yeah, I would have called him in the office. I'd be like, bro, what are you doing?
But and another thing y'all gotta realize about the radio show, you gotta remember that these people, to an extent, they still getting paid to entertain. So they're essentially a character. So Bell is essentially he's staying in character when he's like saying that out of pocket stuff. They call it shot job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a shot job, that's somebody that like says out of pocket stuff all the time.
yeah, like
But
old school
but
Howard
you know it's
Stern.
yeah, or
Yeah.
but you know it's gonna get a lot of ratings or whatnot. So that he's playing his character pretty much to
You
stay
know
on the
what?
radio.
You know what, man? I would like to see Trey work on because I think somebody else has said that, like they said they don't see him out and about in Atlanta or something. I forgot who said that. Somebody said that up here. I
I
can't
think it was
remember.
RJ.
It was somebody.
It was a lot.
I would
I
like to
agree
see
with that.
Trey.
He don't.
I would like to see Trey go on maybe he could do it in the off season, go on 92-90 game route.
I done seen Jalen Brown around Atlanta more than I seen Trey.
I think it's more. I think it's more of a thing of like, and this ain't necessarily a bad thing for Trey. I think he sees this as a business.
Which it
He
is.
doesn't.
You know what? You
He
absolutely
don't.
right. You
He
absolutely
don't.
But you know what? That's what I said from the Tony Wrestler standpoint. When I
Mhm.
said when people was talking about trading Trey Young, I said as a general manager, you entertain offers if they come. No, which means, but I said from the ownership side, that 200 million he paying Trey Young, he
He
make
been made that bad.
No. You right. You right about that, Demond. What I'm saying is, remember the question was why don't he seem connected? You know, with the fan base. He
yeah.
don't see it as he doesn't see any. It seems like I'll say that it don't seem like he has much of an emotional connection to the Hawks and the fan base. It's strictly business.
What I can't.
Does he do anything around like Atlanta? I know he do
I
stuff in
agree.
Oklahoma all the time.
It's about
You know
brand.
what? You know what? I can't even knock him for that, man. Because at the end of the day,
I say it's not a bad thing.
as a player, you know, this shit is just it should be business first.
Get your money first.
Now it would be different if he was from Atlanta or from Georgia.
Yeah.
Like if we had an Ant-Man, maybe
Mhm.
maybe you got a little bit, you got a better well, yeah, because like when we had Smooth, you know what I'm saying?
He was connected though.
That's what I'm saying. Like
And
I was saying about Trey, maybe it would be different if he was from Atlanta or from the state of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even be mad at him because if that was my son, that's what I'm telling him. Hey, this is business first, you know. But
I will say this: it is business first, but you gotta have a self-reflection on if you left here, how many options do you got? Is probably the best way to put it.
I mean, I tell you this. Oh, go ahead. My bad. I thought you finished.
What I mean by that is, if Atlanta is your best chance to win, then you need to do all you can to establish a relationship.
But is Atlanta his best? Is Atlanta his best place to win, or is Atlanta the franchise that's going to? And I hate to say it like this, but is Atlanta the franchise that's going to cater to him? See, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely the best place for him to be number one because he can't be number one nowhere else.
Yeah, Atlanta is his best chance to win. The way his game is set up, he ain't gonna be able to go to a Milwaukee, a Boston, a LA. I'm missing any elite teams. Oh, Golden State, because he too ball dominant and he too inefficient offensively, and he a liability defensive wise. So he not gonna be able to go to any of them teams. Yeah. He probably wouldn't even be like the only other place I can see him going to, and having an okay chance to win might be Philly or maybe New York. Them the only two places I can see.
You can't go to New York because they got Brunson.
No. I'm talking hypothetically.
What's good, Rashad? Rashad and all
Hey,
black
what's going
today.
on? Y'all can hear me?
Where you
Yeah,
at,
what's
man?
up, bro?
You in the dark room or something? Closet?
No, I just got off work, man. I'm in my parking garage downstairs, man. My girl, she got company, so I just stayed in the car.
I thought you was in the house sneaking on the phone.
Nah, man.
My girl sneaking on the phone.
Nah, man.
Steven on TV. I'm over the old girl house today. Well, talk to me, Rashad. How you feeling, man? You think Trey Young overrated?
I don't think Trey Young is overrated. Hear me out. I think a lot of people expectations were higher for Trey after that Eastern Conference Finals run. Because you had Stephen A. Smith, and it's crazy because he even flipped Skip Bayless to say, hey, he's a top 2 or 3 guard in the league. So coming into that next season, he played all right, but it wasn't up to that standard where as we seen him as that top guard. And then to make matters worse, we ran into a good defensive team in Miami and a good coach that laid down that framework on how to slow down and stop Trey. And it made him look silly as fuck. So I think the media, players, and coaches are going by that like, hey, he did all this, and the next year the dude went out in one game in the play-in tournament, you know? So it kind of made him look like he's overrated. But at the same time, I'm listening to Foot. It makes sense because who on this team demands a double team other than Trey?
Nobody.
And that's the thing. Murray is good, but he doesn't require a double team. Like, he gets hot. Like when we played, and look, game 2, he got hot. He came out the game, he got back in. He missed like 5 straight shots. He cooled off. So Boston was able to lock in on Trey. Like, I'm not gonna praise Trey too much.
They ain't really locked in on Trey like that.
I mean, you gotta think about it though. They are, because they giving him that shot. They letting Trey shoot. That's why those shots been wide open. They letting Trey shoot. And
Like
Trey been clacking.
Like when
Rashad,
I think about
this.
I think about
let me ask him this, Ticket. Let me ask him this, and then you can go, Ticket.
All right.
Rashad, do you consider Trey Young a superstar? If not, what level of a player do you consider him as?
He's not a superstar. Like, I'm not, because he's number one. Most superstars, not all, are leaders or like have more respect from other players and coaches, officials, et cetera, et cetera. But I think he's in that like third. I think he's like in that third tier. And for me, because like he's still young, he's only 24. What is this? His 5th year?
Yep.
Yeah. His 5th year. You gotta look around. The great players, good players, they all came along around that 6, 7 years. Steph Curry, that 7th year. KD, he had that little early run, but until they got that team, 6, 7 year. Like, people don't know, LeBron led the league in turnovers for like 3 years straight. People don't know. I'm not comparing him to LeBron, but Trey has to be smarter with the ball. Like, I agree with Ticket in this aspect where he tries to make the box office plays. Like, go an alley and Capella got 3 dudes around him. Like, bro, come on. You know, and that's what I think Snyder would take him to that next level, would sit him down. Hey, this is what you need to do. We don't need you going behind the back when it's 3 people in the lane. We don't need you taking a logo 3, you know what I'm saying, just because the defense is sagging off you. That's what they want you to do. Like, even Curry will go 1-8 that logo because it's a logo 3. And like, he has to get in his head where like he doesn't always have to be big time, like Showtime. And he's still young, so that's why I don't fault him. And it's still easy to defend Trey because he's the only player on this team. When teams come in, you don't make a game. You game plan for Trey. You don't game plan for Clint Capella. You don't game plan for Murray. You don't game plan for Hunter.
But John
you game
Collins
plan to stop Trey. John Collins, you know what I'm saying? So it's easier. And then Trey's only 5'9", bro. 5'11". So it's way easier. And they know his shooting is off this year. Yeah. They know I'm get this one out. And they know his shooting is off this year. And all he has is that dribble drive. So it's easier for them to defend Trey. They know he don't want to shoot. When he shoots three straight, click, hey, still go to that paint. So it's a much harder. He's a superstar, but he's not overrated.
So, Rashad, let me ask you this.
Thank you, Rashad. Thank you, Rashad.
Let me ask you this, Rashad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
He going. Okay, he can hear you.
Okay. Do you feel like I want to pose this question? If it's that easy to game plan for Trey, does it make him less of a star if he's that easy to game plan for? If he can't make if he's a star and he's not able to make an offensive adjustment off of how he's being game planned for, isn't that an indictment on him?
No, not necessarily, because how many times have we seen Trey get the ball out of his hand quick to somebody wide open in the corner, they brick. JC, brick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still need somebody. I get what you're saying, but they know that
the only reason why I asked is because LeBron went through the same thing to a degree. So,
right.
Where, the whole game plan was for LeBron, and Pop just said, bro, just let him shoot. Let him shoot that shit. And then, bro, let me finish, man. LeBron went through the same thing to a degree, to where the game plan for LeBron was, look, just let him shoot that deep three. He gonna miss it anyway. Okay? And then eventually LeBron learned how to adjust to that. And then he also worked on the shot as well. So then now you are straight up now. So my question is Trey going to get uncomfortable with his game and work on adjusting to the adjustment that's being made to game plan for him?
Right. So you can't compare him to LeBron, man.
You know what?
I'm talking about this. No, LeBron had a similar.
He can compare that. I understand what you're saying, Ticket.
I see what you're saying. I know almost the same way. I see what you're saying, but the thing is this: it's a couple things. It's one major thing Trey can't do in the off season. He ain't growing. He ain't getting no taller.
Right.
He ain't getting 6'9", 250.
That's one of the main reasons they sit. And if you notice, they make sure. Well, I mean, it ain't that difficult, but they make sure they send lengthy players to go double three when he bring that ball, because they know he is short. Okay, so it's a couple things. It's stuff like that he can't do. Now the shooting, yeah, he can go get some shots up, start working on a better release point, shooting from, making sure his feet set. He can work on that in all season. But I don't think, and he need to work on his handle. But I mean, the main thing is because he's short, so they send those doubles like that. He can't see over them. They don't. I don't see nobody. I'm trying to think what other guards get.
But that doesn't stop him. That doesn't stop him.
No, I didn't say it's
he can't just be content with what he has.
Well, I'm not saying that stops him. What I'm saying is that's why they love trying to double Trey, because he's short.
Right.
Then the next dude will step up.
If he was 6'9", they wouldn't be doing that.
He don't have nobody to pass it to.
And that's what I'm saying.
Who on this team does another team respect? I would say nobody.
I would give y'all that argument if Trey Young made the right play every time.
Facts.
He don't.
I mean, but at the same time, you can't expect Trey not to shoot the ball, not to make the play.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that
every time. Ticket.
Rashad, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that. I think it was like a week and a half ago. I said he has a hard time reading the personality of the game on a game-by-game basis. Whatever the game says that he needs to do, he does the opposite a lot in crunch time situations, particularly. And we done lost a lot of games from that.
I agree with that, Gerald. But again, like I said, like I told you and Demond numerous times, that comes with time. Y'all got to give him the grace.
Bro, how many now? Bro, he done been.
He's 24.
He's only been in the
bro,
year
I don't want to hear
5 years.
I don't want to hear that 24 shit.
I don't.
Bro.
I
Hey,
can't
let's
do-
be
I
real
can't-
though.
Like, if
y'all,
it, like,
like people, like.
Steph Curry
I
was
don't
mid.
want because he.
But Gerald, what I'm saying is everybody's heaping a lot of praise on De'Aaron Fox right now, right? De'Aaron Fox had the same issues you're talking about with Trey Young last season when they were having difficulty in under 500 and they had to trade Tyrese Halliburton because he couldn't figure it out how to play with another guard with the ball.
Hey, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it easy.
Change systems, and he got. Now he's in his 7th year. Now it's starting to process better.
Let me
But Matt, here, hold on. One thing. But Matt, that's a bad comparison because Fox has never had success. Trey Young has.
But he's always been good though.
We've seen Trey Young do it the correct way. And
being overrated or underrated is based off collective perception. So people perceive him better than what he put up.
Hey, Matt, question.
I don't think so. No, not at all.
Okay. Guess what, Matt?
What's up?
I said the same thing. I bet you thought I said he was overrated, huh?
I just got on, so I don't know what you said. I know Gerald said he's overrated.
I said he's not overrated.
But Matt, I said it also wasn't his fault because the media hyped him up.
So
what's
Gerald, what's the for you? What's the disconnect like between where the media has him and where you have him?
If I can say something, Jared, real quick,
go ahead.
I'm in the extra back because you basing off what the media said, right? But what about what you think? Forget what the media said. What about what you think?
One person will determine someone overrated.
What I thought that as far as what I thought he was as a player, as to what he doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the same thing because I've seen him at his best and he's regressed as he's gotten older. I know he's 24, but
okay. So when you said overrated, so for me, overrated means
he went from his second year he was an all-star starter, correct?
Yep, second year. Yeah.
Second year. I think 2 years later or 1 year later, he's third team all NBA, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes from that, and then he's dropped.
Okay.
But Gerald, I told you before, they're only going to allow you to make so many all-star teams when your team is not having success overall.
The all-star team, I just said all-star because he was a starter. If you're a starter, that means you hooping.
Right.
No matter what level
but they're not going to give you that accolade.
Man, I get what you're saying, but that's more of a reserve guy.
I mean, they gave it to Luka.
Period.
They give it to Luka.
But go back and look at this. But Demond, go back and look at his records during the All-Star breaks. They're typically
okay. Let me say this, Matt.
Over 500.
What about?
That man was voted a starter, and his ass was below 500.
No, they weren't below 500.
No, Dallas falls apart in the second half.
They wasn't below 500. Actually, Dallas was like.
It was probably 5 games over 500.
Yeah, when they traded for
Kyrie, in the
Kyrie,
second half.
When they traded for Kyrie, they was 5. They was like number 4 in the West. But what I was saying with Luka Matt, is Luka didn't make the playoff, but they still voted him All NBA, right? Which to me is a higher accomplishment than being an All-Star.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, man. This is what I say. I'm gonna tell you why I say he's not overrated. It's because I don't consider him a superstar. So I don't hold him to superstar standards. I don't hold him to Giannis standards. I don't hold him to a LeBron standard. I don't hold.
So was Giannis a superstar that year they lost to Toronto in the conference finals?
To me, I didn't look at Giannis as a star until the year they won the finals when he was just
that's fair. Okay,
he just dominated the whole playoffs. I mean,
that's fair. That's fair. But even still, in recognizing that though, Damon, he was 27.
But I disagree. I feel like he was that before then because he had when was his first MVP? How old was he?
But you know what, Ticket? Better go back to what Foot
25.
said. Go back to what Foot said, Ticket. We all got our different
No, that's true. That's true.
What do you say? We got our different standards, metrics,
measurements and standards.
Yeah. So what's the superstar?
He Giannis got it for me when once he got 1 or 2 MVPs.
1.
2.
When did he get that?
Two.
What was the year? What was the year that he got MVP and Defensive Player of the Year? Because he only like the second person to do that.
The year they didn't win. The year they didn't go to the finals.
Oh, wasn't that last? I think that was last. Okay.
He didn't win last year. Joker won last year.
Yeah, it was the year before they went to the finals.
But he fell apart.
Demar, that's when he got it for me. When he got MVP and Defensive
But he fell apart in the playoffs. But he fell apart in the playoffs.
Accolades is like the accolade was like the exception to the rule, man. Like Michael Jordan's the only other person that got MVP and Defensive Player of the Year
in the same year.
Yeah,
and he would.
I wouldn't put Giannis.
And he led the league in
I
scoring.
wouldn't put Giannis on that superstar plateau until he won a championship.
So Jason Tatum don't get it until. So if Jason Tatum wins MVP, but he don't win the championship, is Jason Tatum the superstar?
No. Yeah, I would say
no. I'm agreeing.
No.
Okay.
Let me say this. Let's even get back to Giannis, right? When you look at Giannis, and people can clown me all they want. This is just my opinion. Giannis is a super athletic player, right? He ain't that. I don't hold him high like a lot of people do.
Why not?
You know, I just
I'm with you, Foot.
So
you talking about Foot? You talking about
Foot? Don't do this.
Huh?
Foot,
talking about
you
what?
Talking about overall skill set? You talking about skill set?
Yeah, I'm basing a lot of stuff off skill set. Yes, he's hella athletic, but he has his skills. He just athletic. He go get rebounds. Now defensively, I'm gonna give him a little bit more credit on defensive, but I don't think he's just this
true.
Yeah, he's just not this just superstar player in my eyes, like everybody said. That's just my opinion.
I
He can't take over the damn game.
Who the best player?
Who the best player in the league?
Wait, who can't take over a game?
Giannis. I ain't talking about that damn charging and fouling.
Nope. Who the best player in the league?
Best player in the league, KD.
Can't take
KD.
over. KD. But you in the garage or something?
KD can't touch Giannis.
What must be in the garage saying that? I'll take Giannis right now and watch him dominate. If we beat Giannis right now, we're a championship contender, my guy.
All right, hold on now. I ain't saying he's gonna take his ass. Now don't get it twisted. I'm just saying how I rate him. I ain't saying I won't take it. Don't get it twisted now.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this.
I agree with you for different reasons.
Winning a championship to me doesn't dictate if you're a superstar. Because to me, Dominique Wilkins was a superstar. Like my boy IK said, Brian was a star.
Neat was an all-star. I don't think he was a superstar.
Bro, what? Nick
I don't think.
I'm saying Nick was a superstar.
He was a superstar.
Hey, hold on. Let's get back to hold on. Let's get back to Giannis and this whole championship. Keep 100. Now, he had 2 dudes with him that were straight balling. And
no, that's
he
true.
Put his play in too. Now, come on now.
That's what I'm
not denying that.
But that's what I tell Gerald and Damon. Like Trey's not playing with 2 all-stars. He's not even playing with 1 multiple-time all-star. You can't put them on the same level.
Let me tell you something, Matt. I don't think Trey is overrated, but to me, Trey is not like I said. To me, Trey is not a superstar to me. He's not a superstar.
Not
He's a
yet.
star.
No, he
no.
isn't.
Yeah, he's a
Gerald,
star.
Not yet.
Demond, I agree. Demond, I agree.
Because
If you would
let me
say
tell
he
you
has,
something about
he's not a
superstars.
superstar.
Like
He
I
has
said,
superstar traits.
Unless Trey Young
okay,
turn into
but watch
Allen
this, Matt.
Iverson, he ain't never gonna be a
Superstars,
superstar.
to me, superstars like Giannis, superstars like LeBron. I'm talking about before LeBron even won a title. LeBron
Yeah,
was a
he had
superstar year
MVPs
3.
before he even won.
Year 3, he was a superstar in the NBA. Let's keep it a buck. Okay.
KD before he
One
won.
thing about superstars, man. One thing about superstars, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Those superstar players like that can affect the game, like I was telling Ticket earlier, on both sides of the court.
Yeah.
Anytime they feel like it, they can affect a game tremendously.
Exactly.
And then let me piggyback off of that, Damon. Matt, the only way that you can be a superstar playing on one side of the ball, you literally got to be historically great on that one side of the ball. Like Steph Curry.
And what you say, and Gerald, when you say leading the NBA, when you say leading the NBA in points and assists is historic?
So what?
No.
You say leading the NBA in points, this is historic? Second time ever in NBA history.
No, I can say it's historic, but it don't make him a superstar.
No, he's not a superstar. He's not a superstar yet. No.
Matt, what I'm saying is that, again, that you got to be historically great, and I should have said, and efficient on one side of the ball. Steph Curry is efficient and historically great on offense.
It's not even, you know what? Not even historically great. Steph Curry on the offensive
Game
side
changer.
changed the game on the offensive side.
Yeah.
He got these little kids coming up on fast breaks, pulling up for threes. Oh, because Steph Curry.
Can you hear me?
I agree with
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
Dominique Wilkins in the late 80s and 90s was a fucking superstar. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Won't say that.
Who said he
What you mean he wasn't a superstar?
I feel like he was a.
That dude go toe to toe. What? Go pull up his playoff numbers.
I think he was a superstar.
I think he was an all-star. I don't think he was a superstar.
All-star. But he a
Come
top
on, bro.
75 player. What the fuck you mean he an all-star, Ticket?
I think he an all-star.
He brought it.
Hold on.
I can't.
You can't be a top 75 player of all time and you just a good player.
Hold on.
No,
All
I
those
think
guys
from-
just
Out
hold
of
on.
here, man.
Those guys that
Crazy.
just brought up that beat Dominique. He
Say
ain't
that
never
again.
beat none of them.
Say that again.
Bro, again, cause look at, hey, bro.
Look who Dominique had to play, bro.
We got the same Hawks team. We got the.
What that mean? He played against superstars.
Bro, he had to
Bro,
he
but we
had to
got
go
the same
against.
team.
Listen,
We
Dominique,
we
bro,
had the same like
Dominique
we did back
Wilkins
then, bro.
had to go against
The
a
same-
prime Jordan, a prime Isaiah Thomas, a prime
With all
Larry
the
Bird,
fans all up and down on
the
top.
Cavs with
Dominique prime good
Fred
enough.
Dowdery. What are you talking about? He couldn't beat him.
Dominique-
Meek went head to head with Bird.
Who Hall of Fame on the team? With D? Who Hall of Famer?
Nobody.
Hall of Fame coach. But,
He ain't
but
played
who
with
was Hall of
nobody
Fame?
good in his prime, man. What are you talking
Come
about?
on, bro. He had nobody with him.
Well, don't ever come
Hey, Demond.
I know Demon's favorite player.
Hey,
Y'all
Demond.
this.
Don't ever disrespect Dominique
How this?
Wilkins, dog.
Demond, give Trey Young the same. Give Trey Young the same grace, Demond.
The MVPs, Neat guy.
He couldn't get him because he's going against Jordan, Isaiah, Magic. Come on, man.
So hold on. So with Jordan, I ain't even gonna use Jordan. With Magic, I don't have to make an excuse on why he a superstar. That's my point. I
What
make
you
an
mean?
excuse.
Hold
I gotta-
on. Let me talk to Ticket.
Bro, let me tell you something, Ticket.
Talk to him.
Let me tell you what I don't, bro. Listen, I don't do that Dominique slander, dog. I don't
Hey,
do
Demond.
it.
Hey, Demond. Give Trey Young
I
that
don't
same
do
grace,
it.
Demond.
Hey, man, damn Trey Young right now. We talking about
Bro, don't ever
Ticket. I got Demond Ticket. Let me ask you a question, right?
Dominique slander, dog.
You talk
Go
about
ahead.
Jordan, right?
Georgia 124 North.
Say what foot?
All the ones that were mentioned. Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So all those guys that were mentioned, all they ass got Hall of Famers on that team. Am I lying? Yes or no?
No, that's true.
All right, now who's the Hall of Fame on Dominique?
Slight right for North Road Southwest.
He
Who
hold on.
even the damn all-star on the team? Exactly.
Nah, he probably had one.
Yeah, so again,
I'm saying personnel matters. Just like with the Hawks with Trey, personnel matters. So one dude can't beat no whole damn team.
Hell
So, but
no.
don't
The
disrespect
I mean,
them like no
look,
The
damn
Celtics
shit.
was bro. The
Hell no.
Celtics was full of Hall of Famers. The Pistons was full of Hall of Famers. The Cavs had Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, Larry Nance. Who else with the Bucks? Who else we had to run through?
so y'all tell.
Well, we can go
So let
on.
me ask y'all this. So did Neat ever even? So y'all saying that the East was too tough, Neat to even get to an Eastern Conference Finals?
Nope, I'm not.
Bro,
Nope.
when we had a chance, when we was the #1 seed, they traded Dominique. When we finally got to the #1 seed, and when we were the best team in the East, they traded them.
No, we were the best team in the league, bro.
Come on, bro. What are you talking about, man?
Instead,
All those years, Neek stayed with us, averaging 25 a night.
So all right, so let me.
Blockbuster.
So y'all saying, let me ask y'all this: is Dominique Wilkins the best player in Atlanta sports history?
Atlanta Hawk history? Hell fucking yeah,
No,
he is.
What? No, I say Atlanta sports history.
Not in Atlanta sports. I mean, hell no, because you got the Braves.
You gotta look at the Braves. You got
okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure that we was on.
You got the
Braves.
Braves.
Y'all wasn't too crazy now.
No, and that was it. The Braves. You got to look at John
Oh, the Braves. Falcons ain't got nobody.
Yep. Tom Glavine and John Smoke.
But get your ass out. No, Mike.
Man, you better not come no damn Julio Jones, man.
No, man.
Man, get the hell out the line, man.
That's trolling. I don't know why Tiki came here trying to turn people up, man. You know, I don't tolerate that Dominique slander, dog.
Hey, you gonna get the knife, bro. You gonna get the knife.
You know Steve Holman blocked me, right?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
For what?
Yeah, he did. Bro, I said that Freddie Freeman is probably the best. I say he probably the best baseball athlete that we had in Atlanta history. When he won that
Freddie Freeman.
Fuck yeah, when he won, once he got that ring.
Been blocked.
Hell no.
I wouldn't go Freeman.
Hold on, so who y'all go with?
Hell no. Freddie Freeman.
Who y'all go with?
Bro, Freddie Freeman got how many MVPs?
I think he got one, don't he?
When?
I think it was. He got it. I think it was the COVID year he won it. When we blew the 3-1 lead.
You mean the Gold Glove? Gold Glove or something?
No, he got played at MVP. I think he won MVP the COVID year.
He won MVP that year?
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman is not the damn. Hell no, chill. Bro, what you doing today, man? What you been?
Y'all, what you say?
What you smoke today, bro? Cause you
I ain't smoking.
I'm
asking who.
We be on the same page, but you tripping, bro.
Who would y'all say?
The
best or a period.
The athlete in Atlanta sports history.
Wait, the best
best sports player in Atlanta history.
Best sports.
That's tough.
If I'm on the Braves,
he got an MVP.
I'm taking
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
I mean, well, hell, I'll throw Jesse Toggle in there, to be honest with you.
I take Maddox and Glavine over Freeman.
What are we basing off of?
Well, me, I'm more results based. That's why I said Freddie Freeman.
What about Maddox?
That's a argument. He the only one I think would like.
How long was Greg Maddux a Brave? He was a Brave for how long? 6 years?
He was, but he won. He damn near won the Cy Young every year. So
yeah,
he up there.
But I'm gonna put Tom Glavine and,
I gotta go with Hank Aaron, dog.
What's Smokes above him, though? I'm gonna put Glavine and Smokes above him.
But we know the best athlete. We know the best athlete in Atlanta Hawks sports history. That's Dominique Jacques Wilkins, baby. Don't ever.
Oh well, yeah, I mean that ain't even that. Yeah, that's not close.
And he was a superstar. Don't get it twisted. I had his shoes when I was a kid. What you talking about?
Dumb, you had them Brooks.
I had the Brooks, and then I had my first pair of $100 shoes was the Reebok Pump.
Oh yeah.
When Dominique was sponsored by when he was a Reebok athlete. My mama bought him for me.
Dominique carried this damn team. He carried this team.
Hey, I turned y'all ass up.
Yeah, Ticket, you about to have.
Boy, you sure
Hey, listen, bro, I'm ready to put Ticket back. Hey, Foot, I was about to put Ticket backstage, dog.
Cause I'm still pissed. Hey, Ticket. I'm still pissed off about that damn Stan Casson and who's with his ass, dumbass? Stan Casson and who's the other?
Shit.
Pete Babcock. Tracy soft ass Danny Manning for me. Come on, bro. When we number one in the league.
We was the top team in the Eastern Conference too, man. And he blew it.
Hell nah.
But hey, man, I'm finna hop up out of here, family. I was gonna talk about the Celtics game, man, but I gotta go to the gym, man. I'm gonna go to the gym. Unless y'all want to rap about the Celtics later on tonight.
Yeah, hit me up later. I'm about to pull up at
yeah
on one of my clients.
I better about this.
We probably do let's probably go for around, we'll go what, 8 o'clock y'all time?
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll talk
yeah,
game.
I'll catch y'all at the practice. I'm heading to practice now.
All right, we'll talk about what we got to do for game 3, man.
I'll be back by 8.
All right. Hey, salute to the chat, man. Thanks for tapping in. Salute to everybody on the panel once again. We up out of here, man. We're gonna be back on later on tonight to talk game 3, which is tomorrow night. So make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out. We appreciate y'all, man. Hawks up. Peace.